got to talk. I got to tell what I feel. I got to talk about my life as I see it. Biggie. Biggie.
What is up, you clowns? Welcome to another episode of the This Is All That Matters podcast. I'm your host, The Marathon Continues, and I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, the one, the only, Special Decisions. What's up, man?
Yo, glad to be here once again. You're doing this regularly now.
Yeah, keeping
Segment
it
number
real,
two for
baby.
you.
Ooh, 2 a week? What?
Did you start? I actually don't remember because I did listen. It's a great job. Did you start with "What is up, you clowns"? Did you
Of
start?
course.
You did. People are
Of
gonna like
course.
hear that in their nightmares. You know, you don't realize things start to just penetrate your subconscious. You're gonna be on your deathbed. You're gonna hear "What is
Yeah.
up?"
Well, I like the idea that I have like um, a signature. I guess it's just a signature. I like that idea. So,
Welcome, signature welcome.
a signature welcome.
Signature welcome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's nice. You know, it works.
Is it nice?
I didn't
That's
even
good.
notice you did it. You do it every time. It's great.
I do it every time.
You-
I've gotten into a good flow with the naming and the numbering of the podcast. I was not sure what to do with story time, so I gave it its own count,
Oh
separate count.
wow. Oh yeah, I guess. I mean, it gets complicated.
It's tricky.
You could call it like A B, but you know, it's a short segment. I don't think it should get the A. Maybe it could be a B.
This is definitely the feature program. Don't you worry, your spot is safe. Don't you worry.
That's very good. You guys did. I mean, he did a great job. You know.
Excellent job.
You did a pretty. You were okay. He
I
was
like this. I
very. You
like to
know.
think that I'm always a 6.5 or a 7, just in life in general.
No, no, don't
Mama.
devalue yourself.
Oh,
Six and a half
thanks.
or seven. That's like how I rate my handsomeness. But I think maybe it's better
Uh,
than that.
7 3/4.
Wow. Excuse me. I've been sick all week. I'll
I mean,
take that.
you never really solidified what it is you're doing with your facial hair. I don't really have. There's not like common. I think if you had, something that you stuck to, I think that would
Oh, no, no,
increase
no.
your
You don't know. You
handsomeness.
really don't know. Because you know what? People don't really know. This is one of those things where you know better than other people. You got to trust yourself. You don't really know.
You don't
You
know.
remember there was a time 15 years ago or so, I think it was in Rhode Island, I went clean shaven. And I know
No,
for a
definitely
fact because I
not clean
remember.
shaven. Yeah, definitely not.
You said to me, you were like, no, no, no. Facial hair is better for you. Well, deeper than this gets too messy. Chin strap. We're definitely not doing that anymore.
Mm,
This is the best option. I've explored. I've given it plenty of thought. I know what I'm doing, and you know how I know it works? Lenny B. It's been rocking the same thing for about 4 decades. You know? Works for him, works for me.
I'm with you on that. The chin strap to me is one of the most egregious, um, like the worst style choice of our era. And several people would rock the chin strap, and it was awful.
I
It
mean,
was a disaster.
I had like a messy, unkempt Jufro to go with a chin strap.
Yes. And you
Like
wonder why it was such a challenge to get laid. You wonder.
that's it. That's it. I could just clean up a little bit, man. Do a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Just do a little.
Not so
Just
hard.
go up. It's incremental.
Try a little harder. Put a little effort into it. You know, you get in your head about these things like, oh, I got a big forehead and the big. It's
Right.
like, I think, I do think actually a certain amount. I'm a longer hair person.
Mm,
I don't. I have my. Like some people have a good head shape for a
sure.
shaved head. You
Mm,
obviously, for obvious reasons, do. Fish
mm.
also.
Fish
But
too.
I do not. the
Fish,
shorter
Fish.
hair I
He
go,
went
the
to the
worse I find.
bald hair. He went to the bald head too soon. Like
Wow.
maybe now it's appropriate, but I remember thinking, "Wow, you really." And it tracks too for his personality. He just went straight for it. He was
I
like,
think he looks
"Fuck it."
good. I think he's maximized his his whole thing when he's
Mhm.
working with. You're gonna have to let him address this. So you're gonna have to add something to story time with Fish. It's had to be, redress certain issues. This
Yeah, that's now, I will say this about Fish. He used more big words than I was ready for. There was one word
was
in
there
there that
were
I
there
can't
words you
even
didn't know? Were there words
recall.
you did
Oh
not?
yeah, definitely.
You had to Google them. Yes,
I was like,
perplexity.
oh no. I was like, uh-oh. I hope he's not looking
That's
for.
why yeah, that's what you a couple times you agreed you didn't even know. You didn't
Yep,
even show
don't even
your
know.
answer.
Just roll with it, baby. Just roll with it. Just roll.
I gotta listen back. I don't
It
remember
was
any
like
words
it was something,
litigious.
some of
He
it,
said litigious.
yeah, litigious. And I was like,
Litigious.
what the fuck
Litigious is a great
word
word.
is
He
that?
came ready.
What?
Litigious. A person like Donald Trump. Litigious. A person who likes to go to court. That's what that means.
Shout out to him.
Brian
The
Flores.
face on the escalator, I will forever think of him in that way. When he
That's
looked
it. What do you
back,
think of Trump?
the escalator, when he looks back, look on his face when he looked back. I thought about that several times yesterday. I mean, what a great thing for New York. What a triumph for New York. Excellent job. Whoever that was who did that. Shout out to you.
The escalator.
The
That's
escalator
what
guy who
you
pushed
give.
the button, who stopped that shit. That is the funniest thing that's ever happened, I think. It's just absolutely fantastic. Um,
Stopped the escalator that Donald Trump was on? Is that what you're
oh, you
talking
didn't
about?
see this? Tell me you saw this.
This just happened?
He's
I
going
didn't
to
see
the
it.
UN. He's going to the UN and he's going up the escalator and he's going in to make his speech. And he walks
And
in with
his
his
escalator
wife,
got
and
stuck.
there's two escalators. There's two escalators, and he
Oh,
chooses the left escalator. He escorts his wife onto it. And then he gets onto it, and then it shuts off. And then they have
that's
to
pretty
walk up
funny.
the escalator. You have to go look at that. I mean, I can't believe you haven't seen that. It's everywhere.
Yeah, I missed it.
Shout
I'm not
out
all the way plugged
to
into all the lib stuff you're plugged into. They're just making fun of Trump. I'm more down the middle. A little
in the
deeper
center.
analysis on my feeds.
Oh, yeah, it's weird. It's weird that you could be on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter, is it literally just your fantasy football team? So like Puka Nakua and AJB just over and over and over again in your feed? Like you don't see anything
No,
else?
it's a lot. It's a lot of things. No, there's a lot.
Yeah.
But I say, generally it's politics and football. I'd say pretty much.
But I was
That's
all
pretty.
yesterday. I was burning. I was my pocket, my ears. I was so excited to hear another perspective on Fish's story. I'm sure that you have an opinion on how that all went down.
Sure, I have an opinion. That's what. If you're going to be on a podcast, you got to have a take. You got to be a takesman. But
That's it.
anyway, I was in fact present for this. It's like one of those movies where you see one person's perspective and then you see the other person's perspective.
Right, right,
But
right.
I
That's
was
what I was
rolling with
hoping to get
Matt
here. That's right.
last. But I really have to say, it's like one of those things. It's all the details are murky,
Mm.
But it's like the Maya Angelou quote is like, people are gonna forget what you said and forget what you did, but they'll remember how you made them feel. And I
Oh, yeah.
really I love the whole thing. It was great for me. Like it was really stressful for Fish. He had to leave. Sean's bullying him to go get in a fight because he was talking shit. And for me, it's like the best outcome you could have on a high school day. Perfect.
Were
Your
you
friends
so
are
you
gonna
were
fight,
outside for
someone's
the
challenging
fight?
another person, he's slapping them. It is so entertaining.
Do you
But
remember the slap?
I it's all so murky. But I
It's
will tell
murky.
you, and I wonder because I think but it wasn't Fish's lunchtime. I don't think right because he came in from off school, so he was you went to lunch with certain people. I think I was in the regular lunch group with Lazarus and a couple other people. It's
Mm.
possible. Bernstein was with us, and I would love to get
Okay.
his perspective because he has a good memory of this. Because these people, I don't know how everybody remembers. They're like always bringing up these random names, like, oh,
Yeah.
how about like what about Michelle on like the sixth Facebook
Right.
employee? I'm like, who? What? Who remember? I
My
don't remember
least
anybody
favorite
else
part of the
outside of the
chat.
people we know. I can't remember any of these people, but maybe it's because I was really high. But anyway,
Yeah.
Josh hopefully has some memory, but I will tell you, I do vaguely remember the slap. I remember the confrontation. It was all hilarious. And we were all eating at the same. He talked about going to Portobello's. We were all eating at the same pizza place after. But I remember us pressuring Lazarus, and I really can't remember if he did this. But the rumor was that Fish had smoked oregano. Someone sold him oregano instead of weed. So
Oh.
we were pressuring Lazarus to take the oregano at the pizza place and go put it on the table and say to Fish, why don't you put this in your pipe and smoke it? And this is like a core memory of mine. Put this in your pipe and smoke it was such a core memory. 25 years
Oh.
ago, and I remember the line. But I don't know if he actually did that. So we'll have to have a part two
Part
and get, or
deux.
maybe Josh can confirm. But to put this in your pipe and smoke it,
Put
I
this.
remember us being like, "Yo, you gotta clap back." Well, I
Yeah.
still say to my kids now, you gotta clap
Yeah.
back. Or in Lazarus's case, when you go home and tell your mom, you go and tell your mom you got in a fist fight, loser. What I
So
mean, typical.
hold on.
That's
Hold on
his
though. Hold
mom was
on.
one of those
Backpedal.
moms too.
Backpedal. Backpedal.
What?
You tell your kids to clap back? Do you physically do you say those words? Do you make a Ja Rule reference to your children? Is that what you do?
I have said that. I said that, and they don't know what it means. But I don't really know the answer.
You have to clap
Like
back. You,
Sam literally goes,
in
"What
a
does that
practical
even
way.
mean?" I'm like, you gotta figure it out for yourself.
Is he
The point
being
of it.
litigious to you? Clap back.
No, the point really is that I do say to my kids, people will treat you how you let them. I don't know what
Ooh.
else to say. I'm not going to call their parents. I
Okay.
told
That
you,
we can't do. We can't do
but
that.
I had a friend who did that. He like his son got off crying and
Mm.
off the bus crying, and he called the
Oh.
dad.
He's like, yo, what do you
He,
say? What do
he
you
called the other
Yo, so I
dad.
have a story. I have a story for you. This is perfect. So I'm at the playground with my kids. My older son Elijah, he plays basketball when we go to the playground with his buddy. So they're over there playing basketball, and I see them walk up, him and his buddy Darren. And they're like upset, visibly upset. And I walk over to him, I'm like, yo, what happened? And he's like, those older kids over there took our court and shoved Darren on the ground.
Oh my
And I'm
gosh.
like, oh, okay. So I literally, my wife is there, the other kid's dad is there. We're in this huddle, and we don't know what to do because what do you do in this scenario? I can't like, what am I going to do? Walk over and slap the 12-year-old
How
kid?
old the kids?
Can't do
How old the
that.
kids?
He's
They're like
12. They're
12.
12 years old. So what I came to in my head was like telling them like, listen, y'all, yeah, stand up for yourself. You gotta
Yeah,
go back and
good, good.
establish your own
And
situation.
what they do,
The
they went and
dad,
played in a different
well,
court.
we went over sort of, and it was awkward, and it was what a disaster this was. I didn't like the other dad walks over to them and he starts talking to the wrong kid, like not the kid who pushed him. And then, because like, what do you even say? It's like, like you force him to apologize. Like,
No,
where does
no,
this
it's
go?
tough. I don't know. This stuff is difficult. I think what you should have done is you should have gone and like Dikembe Mutombo their stuff. That would have been fun.
Right.
You
Challenge
just
them.
go
That's
in
what
there and you just.
Eli wanted me to play them. He was like, you
Yeah,
go,
that's
my
what
dad's
I
gonna come
think.
and
You
kick you.
missed a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
That's what you should have done was stare you right in the face. And Eli knew. I can't believe you didn't do that.
Like
You gotta go set up. You gotta watch. Kids are always worse when you're
challenge them
around.
for the course. Like, okay, let's play for the court now. So, but that's what happened. Darren and my son beat them, and they still took the court from them because they were older. And I was like, actually, when I broke it down, I was like, you know what? The actual thing to do is to smile at them and say, it's okay, man. I know you're in your feelings because you lost. It's okay. We'll go over here and play on the other court. That's the
Is that,
that's the
they definitely didn't
that's like the
execute that either.
Buddhist, nobody executed that. This was, and then he was calling the kids stupid in his head like for the rest of the night. And he was like yelling, and it was just so awkward. I've never been in a more awkward scenario in my life. Um,
It's
so shout out
hard.
to
It's
those
hard. That
kids.
stuff is tricky. I don't know how to deal with it. But what
Mm.
you don't do is call the parents.
No.
Never do that unless it's a necessity. Unless some real serious stuff is happening, you better stay out of it. And no, and the dad I'm telling you about called the other dad, and then his son is complaining that the kid's not sitting with him anymore. And he's like, "Well, I told Jack, like, that's what happens." And I'm like, why are you getting involved? This is a perfect time to be a dad. Like, don't step back. Your wife
Yeah.
doesn't want you to get involved. You should not get involved.
They call them snowplow parents, because you just want to
Snowplow parents.
clear the way for your child.
Oh wow, that's a
Nothing is to
great
bother them.
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
clear the way. Don't let them get hurt.
nothing. They just want a clean path for them throughout the whole life, but they're not going to be able to do that,
Yep.
bro. That's going to come back to bite them if you make it too easy. So,
Yo, I mean,
talk about.
it's all this stuff is very difficult to figure out. So you just tell your kid to clap back, or sometimes I tell
Yeah,
Sam
say,
to
hey,
do. I
Sammy,
tell
clap
him to do
back.
like the John McCain like thumbs down. I was like, you just
I
point and then you thumbs down. I don't really know. I don't know the answer, but you
think
have
that's
to
a
figure
version
out your
of
own way to do it.
yeah, yeah.
That's the
As a,
only answer. Takes us all different lengths of time. But anyway,
Mm.
Lazarus never figured out he had his mom call Fish's parents. And I do want to say that every story from high school that Fish will tell ends the same way with his parents getting called. Like, my parents never got called. Somehow, why did everybody have his parents' number? Why are they always calling his parents? She called it. There's a story about Lane falling asleep on the subway back and forth the whole night.
Oh, don't spoil any stories.
that's
No
the whole
spoiler.
story.
Spoiler
Lane fell
alert.
asleep on the subway. And you know what? Lane's mom called Fish's parents. Fish was with him, but it's not like he was with him on the train.
Right. Well, to be
That's
fair, it
the good old
sounded
days. Like, that's a
like
great New York thing where you fall asleep and it's going to take you, but no one's going to help you. You're going to go
no, no.
back and forth. You're going to
Yeah,
sleep the whole night on the
back and forth.
train until your crazy mom, calls Fish's parents.
My awareness never drops to a level in which I could make it several trips on a subway train asleep. Like, I don't know if that could happen. Like, even if
I
I
don't
was
know.
blackout drunk, I feel like I would get up and
Oh
stumble
yeah,
somewhere.
when
What I
you're
mean?
blackout drunk and you can't even stand
Yeah, maybe not.
like that. Yeah, you don't think you
Yeah.
can sleep on the subway?
Talk
I
about a
think
story
maybe you need to
time.
see yourself. 'Cause some of when we had to hold you up.
Yeah.
And then Al hand up like, what a disgrace. What a disgrace. How you guys let him get this
Ah,
way? He said he got kicked us out of that bar.
really
That wasn't
looking
even that
down
long
on
ago,
me.
dude, because Eli was alive.
Yeah,
That was
that
like
was,
your
I mean,
going
it's
away
a
trip that you
decade.
didn't
It
want to go
was a
to.
decade ago. Yeah.
You were having a rough time. Eli was young, you were moving, you didn't want to
Ah,
go.
it's a hard time. It was hard. It was, you know what else is hard? Needing 6 points from your best player and not getting it. I wanted to give you an opportunity to vent on this in this medium
Oh,
here.
yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I could vent
You're
about
welcome.
this. Well, you go into I just want to say overall that I've had no fun. The whole season I've had no fun. And I haven't seen one live touchdown because Sam's got this flag football that
Uh-oh.
happens like at 2:30. You got to get there at 2. So the one day where my team blew up, I scored a lot of points. All my players are at 1 p.m. and I'm on a double header
Oh,
at
God.
John Jay High School. Fine, it was fun, but I didn't get to see any of it. Other than that, you get excited. You get the players, and you get ready for the Thursday night football to start the season. You're ready. You're excited. AJ Brown, maybe he's gonna catch a touchdown. Maybe he's gonna have like 9 for 130. You never know. Or he could get no targets at all. And that's how we started. And then I'm just watching night games with my players because all I've been watching is the night games.
Right.
HN, just watching HN. He gets sniped at the goal line by this guy,
Mm.
getting hospital balls in the backfield. Dude's
Tua
getting
sucks.
so many back. He's getting killed in the backfield. HA is the man anyway, but still.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
And then we're like, okay, I'm like, neighbor, show up, man. Get me 20 points. Put this thing away. And he doesn't snip. Even Collinsworth's like begging them. Collinsworth's like, man, you got to hand the ball to Malik Neighbors. He's like, do something. Figure it out. And I'm just watching halves of football happen where these players don't even get a look. Painful. That was one where I went to
Horrible.
bed at the half. And I
Mm,
didn't even expect. Like, I went to bed and I'm like, okay, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you look at it, you went to bed
yeah.
and
Ugh.
you wake up in the morning and it is the first thing you look at. I don't think that's just me.
Mm-mm.
Maybe it's not everyone, maybe not Bernstein, it's Sam, but some of us might make that the first thing we look at if you go to bed because you're
Yep.
so annoyed at the half. And I'm like, this dude, I'm like, if he gets 4 points, that's a win. And I was right because he didn't even get 4 points. He got 2 for 13, and all I needed was 8 for this guy to get 2 wins and whatever. And then we watched the
Oh.
Lions, and Goff is slinging, but he can't get a touchdown either. But
Right. You got to snipe the David Montgomery. Hey, tough,
that was
tough
about to
look.
be a sneak. That sneak would have worked.
Yep.
But all you can do is try and get players you like, and hope that you eventually see them enter into the end zone. That's the fun part when you
That's the
watch
fun
them
part.
score touchdowns. But I got a game tonight, and
Good for
I don't
you.
expect to enjoy it.
All
Kenneth
right.
Walker, I don't expect enjoyment, but you never
Speaking
know.
of enjoyment, do you think anybody is enjoying their first or their second round pick so far? I will go through it with you. Maybe you can tell me how we're feeling about this. The first round is as follows: Ashton Genty.
Well,
Whoever
we
thought
know he's
he'd
not
be a
enjoying that.
between the 20s guy? Oh, yeah, on the
I mean,
Raiders.
this is like he's like becoming like a touchdown dependent. He's like Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. He's like touchdown dependent guy.
Yeah, like what are they thinking?
I don't get
Derrick
it. I don't know.
Henry,
I haven't
Johnny
seen it.
drops a lot. Did you see Derrick Henry the week 2? He scored a 2.5. I didn't even think that that was possible.
I did see it.
Um,
The Browns defense is very good, but
Ramsey was good. Joe Burrow's dead. Omarion Hampton, the universe is begging him to score
I
fantasy
mean,
points
Omari
this
and
year, begging
Hampton
him.
flop. It's like he's like a guy who like is so stupid on the poker, the poker tournament. It's like the dumbest guy at the table, and he flopped. He like catches like the straight on the flop, like
Right,
it's perfect.
right.
And he's like, "Oh wow, let's see," and like let's see if he can win the hand. But he flopped the nuts. It couldn't go any better. The guy's never been injured before. He's never even missed a game, I don't think, Najee Harris. And he couldn't be there for training camp. He played 3 games and he tore his Achilles. And they don't have anyone to speak of. So let's see.
We'll
But
see
you
what
would
he has
expect
now.
him to be at this point, given the run out,
Yep.
whatever, an RB2. I obviously, as we discussed, Sam can't be happy, even if he's been okay, because taking him over Jonathan Taylor, we said at the time, was egregious, only more
Yeah.
egregious.
Yeah, I mean, even the Josh Jacobs pick over Jonathan Taylor looks egregious at the moment. I mean, the best
Yeah,
pick of
but
the
I mean,
first round is
but
Jonathan
that's a little
Taylor.
different. I mean, totally reasonable, in my opinion, to
Right.
take
No,
Josh
no,
Jacobs
yes,
with no
more
stuff.
reasonable at the time, sure.
Well, it's like
But
sometimes you just got to make, good player. Jonathan Taylor, probably a little bit better player, similar age, better offensive environment,
hmm.
right? As we're
Yeah, I
jumping
mean,
ahead.
I wonder if Josh I wonder if Josh wishes he took Jonathan Taylor instead of Patrick Mahomes.
Well, yeah, that was bad. I mean, everybody wishes they took Jonathan Taylor except Ben, who got him.
Right.
And, like, you're lucky you didn't even have a chance, so you at least don't have to think about that.
Hmm.
For me, as you know, because we spoke about it before the draft, before we knew who was being kept, but we made assumptions. You told me, we told each other, we can reveal to everyone that we told each other who we were going to most likely take. We agreed to
Hmm.
do this. People
Yes,
would judge us for this. You did tell me the truth. And I
of
told you the
course
truth.
I
You
did.
told me Brees Hall. At the time, I didn't think A.J. Brown would be released. I thought Brian Thomas would 100% go. I told you, I'm pretty sure based on how it'll shake out, I'm going to take Jonathan Taylor or Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow
Yep.
would have gone.
Yep.
And so I would have
Fair.
taken Jonathan Taylor. But instead, you're releasing AJ Brown, switched it all up, and then my decision was AJ Brown or Jonathan Taylor. And I went
Mm,
with what I thought was like structurally. I think sometimes it's nice. The hardest thing generally to find is a wide receiver one. Harder than
right.
finding an RB1. Generally.
Because they sometimes pop up on the waiver wire. Wide receiver
Yeah,
ones don't do
yeah,
that.
and like you get a guy, and it's like Bucky Irving. It's like the Bucky Irving thing. It can happen. Like a talented player
Yeah.
who slowly gets the job or an injury. But generally, like other than there are a couple of guys this year maybe who are becoming wide receiver ones. There's not that many. It's just the hardest thing. So you can make it, and then the offensive environment. But who knew? Like you have said, the Colts were going to be like this. Like, what is going on? What is happening? It's very annoying.
Who
I
could have thought? My
What happened to
goodness.
this guy, Daniel Jones? Like we all watched him, and like he was passable
It
at best. Like
is.
early last year, he was passable. It was decent. He could not throw the ball down the field, but he like made them a functional offense for like the first 4 or 5 weeks. But generally, it was terrible.
It's really bad for Dable. I mean, it's
It's
just
embarrassing for
one
Dable, but
indictment
it didn't look like
on him.
he had the capacity. And I mean, like I just found the whole thing annoying personally because I had Jonathan Taylor for a year and a half, and you know what? It wasn't that good. It was fine. He's a very good player, but like the fantasy performances were not that good. And then in week 15 in the playoffs, he fumbled on the one, and I lost by
Mm,
8 points. And then since then, since that game, he's been the best fantasy player like of all time. He's on the best 6 game run in his life. He like literally followed up that game with 203. So I
yeah.
find the whole thing to be annoying, personally.
Yeah.
But I don't. I couldn't talk about it more. It's just annoying me. And it's like, why don't they?
Egregious.
I had my faith in Shane Steichen, and it was bad for 2 years. And Jonathan Taylor wasn't that good with Flacco either. He had some
Mm,
duds with Flacco. It wasn't like, oh, it's just Richardson. I watched some games with Flacco, and he stunk. Like if you look at the middle of the year, and he came back from his high ankle, he looked okay. He looked explosive in one game, and then there were some Flacco games where he was a dud. And it's like maybe just Daniel Jones is the perfect fit for the offense.
this
I
is like
don't
the
know.
part of the, this would be the part of the YouTube video where I would like spin your video and it would be like going and be like, you're losing control. Like I'd be trying to show that with the,
Well, I tell you what.
yo, but so
I
at
did
least,
do.
but at
I did
least,
the
look, at
last thing I did.
least.
Last thing I did
Okay.
was I put money on the Rams because they're gonna bust
Mm.
them up. Fuck the Colts.
Fuck them up. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
The
It's gonna be a whooping. The Rams are
At
mad,
least
and the
your
Colts
first four
deserve.
picks. But listen to these first four picks in the draft. It's amazing. Patrick Holmes, Tyreek Hill, Zay Flowers, Caleb Johnson. These are the first four picks of his fantasy draft. And then Aaron Jones after that.
Wait, Patrick Mahomes. Zay
Tyreek
Flowers
Hill.
has been very good though until this week.
Right.
So Zay
But
Flowers, but it's exactly the Zay Flowers experience. Zay
yep.
Flowers is a really good player. He's awesome.
Yep.
But it's
Hmm.
just the way they're structured. It's
It's
complete
not
hit or
gonna,
miss. But
yeah.
he's really good. It's too bad he wasn't with a different quarterback. But yeah, I mean,
Yep.
like those are bad. That's bad running.
Oof.
I mean, Tyreek's been
Dang.
okay too. Tyreek hasn't been as bad as like Brian Thomas per se.
Right.
But
Well, Brian Thomas, man. Shout out to you.
shout out to
Uh
me. Shout out to him.
so shout out to him.
What do you want to say?
Yeah.
You want to say? You want to man? You want to talk about it?
I don't because I still believe in the guy. I don't want to get too down on him. I'm really down on the quarterback. The quarterback is
Yeah,
on my
maybe. I mean,
list.
I'm a little down. I mean, a lot of people should. It's very interesting. And Simmons talked about this because he's like, well, you get deep. He has Brian Thomas on all his fantasy teams. Like, you get deep into this. There's this deep Jaguar stuff. Like, half the people blaming T. Law, half the people blaming Brian Thomas. I
I
will
mean, I
tell you
think
what
it's a little bit of
I think Brian
both.
Thomas is really good, talent wise. I think perhaps we have a questionable amount of dog. We have a little beta thing going on.
Mm.
Not sure we have an alpha.
Oh,
Not
interesting.
sure. Not sure we have an alpha, and he wasn't an
Calling
alpha in
his
college.
manhood into question. Jeez,
I mean,
Louise.
well, I think there's a lot of film on that. But then also, you go back to college, he wasn't the alpha.
This is you justifying your prediction back in the day. That's what this is.
Wow.
Um,
He's
well,
having nice.
listen, man.
He had a
I
4 or 5
let's be
game run in his
honest. Like
career so far.
this guy, Trevor Lawrence, has never been good. He's never been any good. That's
I
just the
mean, it's
long and
hard to
short
argue
of it.
with. Yeah, it's hard to argue with that.
He's never been good. Like, and they tried the different coaches. They tried the different this. They get the receivers. They drafted this and they do that, and he sucks. He sucks.
It's like one. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, oh, well, they're 2-1. You know, and they have a lot of
Yeah,
good
but
running backs. I mean,
let's
they have
be
some
honest. Are you
talented running
scared of
backs.
them?
They
Are
have
you scared of them? I'm not
really
scared of
good
them.
running backs, though. The running back room is
Yeah,
great.
I'm so surprised you don't have the other one too. Who's the other one?
Like
The
Quinn
pass
Allen.
catcher? Yeah,
No,
get
that
that
guy needs to
motherfucker
get
too.
shot in the ankle. We need him out of here,
Whoa,
dog.
whoa, 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 easy. Uh Easy, dog. But I will say that Mike Handel looks interesting. It's Joe Burrow. That's unfortunate. And then he's got Garrett Wilson, Courtland Sutton, and Jamison Williams. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there was a little bit of Courtland Sutton vengeance this past weekend. Shout out to
Yeah,
Mike.
that's true. I mean, I lost. I
Um,
lost because of Courtland Sutton. It was the 4 p.m. It was Courtland Sutton against K9. It was going fine, and then they did this weird play action 4th and 2. Courtland Sutton's wide open, great. He's the primary target on Sean Payton offense. Blah blah blah. Whatever, whatever. It
blah
always. It's a guarantee. This is the actual
blah
only
blah, whatever,
rule.
whatever.
Only rule of podcasting that I
Yeah.
feel is that I can take away in our many years of podcasting. The only rule
Mhm.
is that the players you talk shit about will completely own you in fantasy.
Own you.
That's it. And
That's
Marvin
it.
Harrison has done it to me. And you know what I'm going against him tonight? Is to do it tonight. He's off 2 4s and he's going to have 24 points because
Who's that?
that's just how it goes. And that's the price of admission for doing
Who
this.
do you have doing that to you? Who's doing that?
But Marvin's going to do it tonight.
Oh, Marvin. Oh,
Marv Harrison,
marvelous.
guy has done it before to
Uh,
me,
yeah.
and he stinks. But you just have to catch it. Sutton, it is what it is. We all done it, but he did it to me, so that's how it goes. It's the
Do
price you
we
pay.
as a
Keep talking.
fantasy community, do we as a fantasy community put more stock into the fortunes of a player changing than we should? Like, oh, well, Trevor Lawrence, this could be the year where he turns around. Oh, Marvin Harrison, slow start to his rookie. But like all of these players are who we thought they were.
Well, a
All of
lot of
them.
players that sometimes they do change. I think like Baker, but maybe Baker was actually
Baker
really
was
good.
good though, as it turns out. And maybe like is it might be like the Daniel Jones thing. It's like they're the same amount of good, except they're in a horrible situation. Just absolutely
Yeah, but that's
horrible.
just no. But I think sometimes, well, I think sometimes with receivers, like Jamison Williams is an example. Like I think that Jamison Williams will be the same player he was. They signed him, they paid him. He's going to be 65 for 1,109. Like he's not going to do. What do you think he's going to do? Like you're taking
That's what I'm
him.
saying. He is like he's not going to be a
Yeah,
wide
that's
receiver
true.
one.
I
He's
think
not going to take
sometimes
over the job. It's
it is just that way. Marvin Harrison, like, why did you expect it to be different? Like he came in, he had
That's what I
all the
mean.
pedigree. The quarterback's the same, the coach is the same. Like it's going to be just like that, maybe a little better. Sometimes, play. Listen, I'll give you a good example where it's different so far. Quentin Johnston is different.
Mm,
Quentin Johnston is like a wide receiver too. If you had him, I mean, so far. So sometimes, like the circumstances change, but
hmm
often I think players are, and players develop. There's a lot of human element.
Yeah,
Like guys learn and change, but some of
not
these
Trevor
guys, especially going
Lawrence.
into year 3,
Not
like
his
these
punk
players are who they
ass.
are.
Trevor Lawrence is just a sweet, sweet bitch, man. I'm so sick of
No,
his
it's like the
disgusting
old
face.
quote, which I loved about Zach Wilson from Film Guy. He said it, and I remember before the draft, and it was so right the whole time. All icing, no
No,
cake. And that's what we might
there's
have with
no
Trevor
icing
Lawrence.
on
It
this
looks
guy.
nice.
What's the
Looks like
icing
the icing is he looks like a
for
good
Trevor
quarterback.
Lawrence? He does?
I mean,
How?
when you see him throw and move, yes, that's the same thing with Zach Wilson. Like they look, like you could see how they impress scouts. Like he moves really fluidly. He throws really nicely. I always thought T. Law he throws the ball well. He looks like he could be like Justin Herbert.
They gave this guy
But
$400 million. Like, yo, like if this was a black guy, give me a break. Like how much money did they give this guy?
I don't know.
His
I don't know. How about
contract is
Deshaun Watson
absurd.
like sexually assaulted 25 women and then he got guaranteed 250 million. So
Well, that was the Browns.
well, whatever,
But
man. This is the
Deshaun Watson was
Jaguars.
good at one point.
I think
He was
you're a
good.
little bit in your feelings about your beta receiver.
No, no,
That's it. You drop.
no, I'm not.
Listen. I think we have to be honest about it,
No, I'm not.
and it's okay because I wish you kept AJ Brown because then I
Me
definitely would have
too.
taken
Me too.
Jonathan Taylor. But you dropped an
I
alpha
still like
for a beta.
playing fantasy football that way. I like playing fantasy football that way.
You like playing fantasy football what way?
But the upside, going with upside.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It was a quick decision. It was very reasonable, but nonetheless, you
It was
dropped an
reasonable at the
alpha
time.
and you kept a beta. That seems to be what happened.
Starting to look like an alpha tight end is what he's starting to look like. Huh? I don't know if
Ooh,
your eyes feel the same as
AJB.
mine.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
don't
shove off
be.
into the end
Yeah,
zone. I
your
was like,
mind's playing tricks
wow,
on you. We know
you
why.
look like Kyle Pitts.
You're the only person in the world who watches game like, oh, he
That's
looks
crazy
like a
that they
slow.
didn't call that offensive pass interference. That was wild.
Dude, go. I'm sorry. You should actually go watch it again. It is.
No,
It
I'm
is.
definitely not watching that again.
No,
That's
no,
for
no.
sure.
Because I'll tell
I've seen
you,
it the
it is an
once.
all-time cornerback flop, like
No,
for
it's a
the
flop,
ages.
but yeah, it's a
No, no, no.
flop.
It's an all-timer. Like he like flies on purposefully.
Yeah. But
So just to
generally, the
say,
officials are so bad.
listen. I mean, maybe it's nice. It's fun to have AJ Brown. I'm never gonna be mad about that. One of my
Good for
favorite
you.
players.
Good for you.
So
Josh
I'm not.
Jacobs.
But again, I wish you kept him. You wish you kept him. So that's that. Because Jonathan Taylor is like the second coming, and he's gonna rush for 2,700 yards. It's ridiculous. It's fucking Colts, man. I'm mad about this.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. Shout out to you for that. Any other really egregious picks we have in the first? I'll do the second round for you. So
So we
I
we
took
agree most of the picks are bad before Jonathan Taylor,
most of the picks are
but
bad.
nobody's really been very happy with their first
He
round
was
pick.
upset. Fish was upset about Kyler Murray. I know that. I
That was
wanted
that
to
was not yeah, that
address
was a bad pick at
you.
the time. If it's a bad pick at the time, AJ Brown. It's like I said this then. AJ Brown and Jonathan Taylor. And I was like, okay, I can't really go wrong. Obviously, you can go wrong. You can justify it however you want, but you can go wrong anyway. I justify. I'm
Mm,
like, it's a Hall of Famer. I'm getting a Hall of Famer in their prime, one way or another. And that to me is totally justifiable. Taking Josh Jacobs, totally justifiable. Obviously, Joe Burrow's a good pick. Genty, it's hard to see
so,
this happening, but you could, and Derrick Henry, these guys were going early. Those are all justifiable. Like Jonathan Taylor was at the time, it was a very murky offensive situation. And it's just
yeah.
crazy how it's worked out so far.
Yep.
But otherwise, like those picks have all basically flopped. The only bad ones, though,
All
to
of
me,
them.
the ones that were bad at the time, was Omarion and Kyler. And Fish didn't even play Kyler. And like, listen, you get to the back. The truth is, though, we're 40 picks in. It doesn't feel that way. It's our first round, but it starts to be question marks there. And just to say on Fish's point, because he said the thing that felt true. He said it looks like he has a good team, but it looks like he missed the first 3 rounds. That still applies. It just looks like he showed up at pick 30. Like if you were doing a redraft league. It looks like, wait, who did he take? That's what you say. You look at his team like, wait, who did he take in the first 30 picks? He didn't have any of those picks. But it's like, oh, but he did a
Yeah,
very good
that's
job.
true. I mean,
That's just
Kyron
because of
Williams is
his
not a top
because of his
30 pick.
keepers. What?
Kyron Williams isn't a top 30 pick.
Tyron Williams and James Cook are like very borderline 30th pick. But
Yeah.
listen, he did a good job. He had a good draft, and his keepers, despite that they weren't, first 2 round picks, have been great. James Cook, if you did a redraft fantasy league right
Okay.
now, James Cook is a first round pick for sure.
Yeah.
If you did
100%.
right and like
Yeah.
and he otherwise he had a good draft. Like Rick.
Pacheco. What about Pacheco?
Well,
I just want to hear
you
you
already know
say
what I said about
Pacheco.
Pacheco. I had this, nailed it. Couldn't have nailed it any better.
Oh,
Enough
the
said.
Trey Benson thing too. Working out
Trey
for him.
Benson's a good hold. I mean, now the
Shout
running
out
back
to
injuries.
James Conner, man. R.I.P. What a guy. Love that guy.
Yeah, I mean, great player. You know who
Great
really
player.
is? You know who really is James Conner? Like the new James Conner. It's actually fitting. People
Bayshaw
don't.
Tootin?
No, no.
Oh.
The new James Conner emerged the day James Conner died. It's Scatterboo.
Scatterboo.
Slow,
Scatterboo.
big, can catch. Like very few of those
Yeah.
like bigger guys can catch. Like he looks like. I mean, Scatterboo's good. Scatterboo's a good pick. Credit. We're actually like the truth is Ben's team has been fine. Obviously, John Taylor's been great, but like for the most, like his team would be really good if not the injuries have hurt Ben more than anyone.
Yeah.
CD Kittle, and like Burrow, obviously hurting Chase in the long run
Yeah. I
because
mean, Sean, Mike
JSN
Evans, James
and Jonathan
Conner.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean too, but Sean took players who get injured. I mean, he took
He
players who were
also drafted Trevor Lawrence.
well. I
Oh,
would have
yeah,
drafted
yeah.
Trevor Lawrence.
Me too.
I mean, but he took like you take James Conner and you take a 32-year-old Mike Evans, and like this is what can happen.
Hmm. This is what
Yeah.
can happen.
But
This is what can happen.
yeah, so
Ricky
first round,
Pearsall
what
is
you
still
read? Do you
my
want to do
favorite
second round?
pick.
We looking at
Yeah,
second round?
second round. Here we go. Okay, so first pick of the second round, Brees Hall. Womp, womp. Kyron Williams, George
Fine.
Kittle,
Stay away, but he's been, he's because he's still a
fine.
good player on a good team.
George Kittle, Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins,
Okay, so wait,
and
real quick. George
yeah,
Kittle, I mean, had 10 points in like 30 seconds and then got hurt,
yeah,
but that's George Kittle problem. Tyreek
yeah.
Hill, it's just that was a big risk, and it's been okay. It hasn't been that bad fantasy wise, but you don't feel good about it. T.
No.
Higgins is a freaking dead man walking. This is a terrible situation for T. Higgins,
Oof.
but I thought that was good value at the time.
Hey, I never liked bro. He goes too
I mean,
high
I
for
just
me. He's
got him. I
awesome.
had him last year. It was great fun to have T. Higgins last year, but it was just like you had the Bengals last year. You got to enjoy it and then recognize it's hard to do those kind of things 2 years in a row. Same thing with Saquon. It's like these great seasons happen. You just can't do it again.
Well, because it's not maybe to get a season like that, there's got to be a perfect run out in a way where all of the things align.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's, teams are just like trying to stop him from doing that.
And
You know?
also, but like with the Bengals, for example, it's like okay, your defense is terrible and your quarterback's running for his life. Eventually it's just going to catch up with you. And if
Yeah.
you look back, like Joe Burrow has now it's like the Andrew Luck trajectory. It's just, but if you look back, like there are, maybe Drew Brees had a run where he was doing this kind of stuff multiple years in a row, where it was like 40 plus touchdowns and like 5,000 passing yards, like 4 or 5 years in a row. But it's pretty hard to find. Like there weren't that. Like even Peyton wouldn't do it that way. It
Right.
didn't really happen. Like not many people have been able to repeat those kind of things. It's just hard for it all to line up. Your defense sucks, but you stay healthy and throw for a million touchdowns and yards.
Well, good. Then we got Ken Walker, who I'm sure you will spin in a positive light for yourself.
I don't think
We can
Listen, Ken
skip that.
Walker's been
Uh,
well. It's not like I'm. He's a good player at
yep.
the juncture. I don't feel like that's a pick that you are excited about looking back on it, but it's also not a pick that you're like shitting on. He's had 2 good games and 1 bad game, but he's sharing a little bit more than
Yeah.
you thought. You're taking
Right.
him for
Sharing
upside.
more than you thought. I think that's the detriment.
Yeah,
Then we
you
got
wouldn't if you right now you wouldn't take him there because you didn't
no, we
want
have
him
to
to
let him
share
go
with
a
this
little bit.
loser who runs into people's backs.
Yo, it's so very obvious to me. It's so very obvious to me that one player is better than the other. It's just like so clearly jumps off the film. It doesn't make any sense to me that you would do it
Sometimes you
half and
just
half.
want like maybe they just
Make
but
no
it's also like
sense.
part of the thesis with Ken Walker is like that Kubiak doesn't share carries. So you're like you're going off a few different things. It's the zone run scheme, the outside zone scheme is perfect for Ken Walker, all that stuff, but it's not
Mm,
breaking that way.
nope.
So
I'll
not
tell
too
you what
excited
else
about it.
is broken. Garrett Wilson.
I mean, you took a jet. Like you took all these jets.
Yep.
Like these were bad picks.
Such a
What did
bad
you think was
decision.
going to happen? Like these guys,
It's
Justin
just like,
Fields.
you get talked
Justin Fields might not
into
even have the job. Apparently, is that what's happening?
Yo, how did homeboy? I thought there was no chance he'd lose the job to Tyrod Taylor. How's he losing the job? I'll tell you this, and I knew it from the jump. Aaron Glenn is a donkey. He's a bonehead.
Yeah, I
I
thought
can't
so
believe
too.
he's going to be a head coach in the NFL. That seems crazy to me. But okay,
It's not good.
whatever.
It's I didn't have any expectations for the Jets. It seems like a complete disaster.
He's like he cuts the guy who he cuts a returner who fumbles the ball. Like he thinks he's being tough or something. Like
No,
this is he's
that was a bad hire. I
crazy.
mean, why are you hiring a
It
team?
was
The
a
team's giving
bad
up.
hire.
The team
Why are you?
gave up. The team gave up 50 points, and then you hire him. What are you doing?
What
Like you're
are you
hiring a defensive
doing?
coordinator. Their defense was
Bad.
atrocious.
It was
And I
bad.
know as talent this, talent. It's like no. Isn't this? This is why you're getting hyped. He got completely owned. And people say it's a joke. Like why did he want Justin Fields? Because he could never stop Justin Fields because he's just out there running man. The only thing you can't do against a running quarterback is just run man against him.
I mean, it's going to end really badly. They're going to have the first pick in the draft. I think that's why.
It'd be great if they had the first
Uh,
pick and then Arch foregoes it and then goes back to school.
yep. He's like,
Just like
you know what?
I don't want to do this.
You know,
Yeah,
I don't want to do it. Shout out to him. And then what do we got? Mike Evans.
that's fine.
It's fine. DK Metcalf for Willits.
No, bad, not good.
Not good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to
He hasn't
say.
even played.
Let's look at his situation. What does he got going
I
on,
mean,
Mr. Metcalf? What is his utilization?
well, it's more like what are his fantasy points too? Like what has he actually done?
Right. So he's 95% of the routes, 23% of the targets, 11.8 PPR points per
And
game.
9.5, 10. But yo, I mean, he's had the touchdowns 3 for 20 and 3 for 32.
Yeah, like this is
Oh
why.
no. Oh no, and he's on the bench.
Is he a
No.
tight end? He's a tight
Talk about
end
looks
too.
like a tight end.
TE1 overall, baby. This guy.
That probably would be, you know what? 30 points would be TE1 overall, like the way these TE people want me to stop playing Harold Fannin. No, I'm gonna keep playing Harold
Who
Fannin.
wants you to
Because
stop playing Harold Fanning?
yeah, I don't know. Whatever. The world, the community. I'm gonna keep playing them. Because you know what? They're all the same. Except for
Mm,
Trey McBride and Bowers.
yep. Well, Bowers is really good. He's practicing in full. Shout out to you, Sean. The sun. Yep. Yep. Deal.
Wait,
Deal.
we didn't get to give you a little shine, a little shout out for your Jackson Dart hold. You got him, and it played out just
Shout
on
out
time. You
to
gonna play?
me,
You start
man.
him? You
Oh
start
my
him?
God, I can't wait. Are you joking?
Well, I guess your other option would
My
be Michael Penix.
my eggplants are turned all the way up. It's just eggplant time, baby. Let's go. The
You see
Michael
him? I
Penix
mean,
thing
like
really makes me sad. If you want me to vent for a little while, how is it that this guy goes from just throwing the ball all over the yard, spraying it everywhere, to the Minnesota game was the beginning of this for me. I was like, what? What? And it's like it seems like there was a philosophy change and he's gone into himself and he's gotten all shy and everything. I don't know what happened. Something really strange happened in Atlanta, and I don't know what it is. It's like over the last 2 weeks, it's been like, what's wrong with you, dude? Are you all right? I mean, how do you lose 30-0 to the Panthers?
I
How
couldn't
is
even
how is
watch
that?
any of this game. I mean, I played the in my other league, IMOL. I played the
I am
Falcons
OL.
defense.
It's terrible.
I played the Falcons defense, and then they lose 30-0. I've never heard of such a thing. It was really insane. What? This is like people
Unbelievable.
thought this was the worst team in football.
And
Sometimes
here
you
we
just don't
are.
know what's going on. Week 3, weird stuff happens.
The NFL is strange, man. Can't predict it. Can't predict it. Just
Can't
gotta
win with
run with
them.
it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Not gonna be able to do it. Oh man. Shout out to him. Shout out to Donald Trump on the escalator. Shout out to you, my friend.
Is that
You're
it? Are we
wonderful.
wrapping?
You're a wonderful man. I don't know what else there is to talk about. That's our whole agenda, bro. That's all we got. I
Ooh,
wanted
right.
to do a draft, and you said it's not enough, too much. Draft is
No, well,
too
we don't always have to
much.
do drafts. I mean, it's fun to look back at these terrible first round. Oh, none of these players are good. It's
Yo,
like
none
going,
of
you
these
jumble it
players are
all up. If you
good.
did it now, you get the fifth round's probably better than the first round.
Ugh, what a
You
horrible.
really?
And you know what? It kind of felt that way before the year started, didn't it? To me, it was just like, this is whack. You know? Like, ew.
What, like the
I
beginning?
don't want to take any of these players. I didn't
It
want to take
wasn't.
anybody.
I didn't feel that way. I mean, I was excited to take AJ Brown and Jonathan Taylor. The emphasis
I
on the
guess maybe it
or.
was where I like, because those guys
Where
would be
you were,
gone.
it got a little uglier.
It
Like,
was
yeah,
like,
really, it's like you took Trey McBride and Bree. It's like,
ugh.
was the bet? What should you have done there?
Kyron Williams. And I knew I should have
I
done
don't
it at the
know.
time.
Kyron's losing work, man. I
I
wouldn't,
mean, he
and
is,
like
but
I,
like,
all due respect to Kyron.
it was still the smarter pick. I mean, like the Brees Hall thing was real stupid. It was stupid. I did this 2 years in a
You did an
row.
upside. Sometimes you do the upside. You got to do the
Uh,
upside play, and the upside play can make you feel stupid. And I feel that way a little. I don't know. Ken Walker's been solid, but like when you go for upside, you have to take a risk because if they weren't, they wouldn't be there. The upside
yeah,
players, the best upside players go in the first round. So the truth is, like in fantasy, there are like 15 players that are guaranteed book it, and everybody else, who knows what the hell you're going to get.
there's
And
so
that and
many
it's and that's how our
landmines.
league starts.
Ugh.
That's why you look back at the first round. Sometimes you're like, man, there are a couple good players there. It's like because that's just
You
it's
got to
late.
hit. The best
It's
teams
like
hit.
these first two rounds are where the real money is made, and
Yeah,
everybody, and then you can get some really good players that are going to emerge, and obviously
right.
many of them have, and they'll go early next year. But like they're question marks, man. Tell you what though,
Absolute question
JSN. How
marks.
about this guy, JSN and Puka? These receivers.
JSN to me, wow, what a beast,
This
man.
guy,
And
I
I
always thought
guess
he was
maybe that's
awesome.
another example too of the like coming around type of deal. I
Well,
think,
yes. I thought personally he was way undervalued. Like in redraft, I didn't have the chance to get him because he was kept in both my leagues. But to me, he was like a third round pick. Never made any sense to me. When they got Darnold, who's just as good as Gino, whatever, similar. And then the other two guys left. And why was he not in the like back like the beginning of the second round, back of the first in redraft? I never understood that. And now he's awesome.
now he's
He's an
awesome.
awesome player. He like looks
Awesome.
different than everybody else. He's like little, but he like moves in such a unique way.
Shout out to him, man. What do you think? Medium-sized penis? A little above average. Above average penis
How about
size.
Puka? What about him?
Puka's, to me, it strikes me as just like a, sort of like a baby's arm. You know, like I don't know how big it gets. It gets pretty big. It's as big as it possibly could be. Shout out to Puka. Anybody who makes their helmet look like that.
A baby's arm. That's gotta be the
Shout
title
out
of this
to,
episode.
yep, a baby's arm.
A baby. It's a baby's arm. But listen, I'm just trying to watch the Rams one time, man. I haven't seen one Rams game. Can I get a night?
Yeah, I'm
I got to get the ticket.
surprised.
I don't want to pay for the ticket when I'm not home. But what am I doing here? Just
Uh,
watching freaking Giants
isn't
and the
there a way
Jets.
to like do the retro? Like you can pay to have the film, right? So can't you like
Maybe it's not
you could
not
do
nearly as
it
fun.
like in retrospect? Yeah,
I think you should just be able to buy a game. Let me just pay $5 for this game right here. Let me
yeah.
get this.
Do
Let me
you
go
think
pay
that's
me
a
five
good a
dollars
la
for this.
carte? Is a la
Can I
carte.
get $10 for a game? Is
I mean,
that too much
they
to
should
ask?
make it 19.99. They make it expensive.
Well, right,
Um,
19.99. I'll just buy one game at a time. I would love to do
right.
that. I
Yo,
don't need to watch this
what?
red zone crackhead thing.
Well, let me tell you the crackhead thing. I do we think that Jackson Dart making his first start against a Los Angeles team is a coincidence? Or is it perfectly lined up for me to enjoy it? What do we think? Because I'm actually going to get it on TV out here. I'm going to get it.
Oh, that's pretty nice. I mean, I'm excited. I don't know though. It's any which way, and he definitely seems dumb. I mean, I heard him talk this week, and they asked him. He like the question
Mm.
about pressure. When
Mhm.
people say they don't feel pressure, I don't know what to think about them. Like, why? I feel like they're lying. everybody
Yeah,
feels
but you
pressure. Why don't
can't.
you
What
just
are you
say?
supposed to say? It's like asking a question. It's like, are you a bitch? And what are you supposed to be like? Yeah, sometimes I'm a
This is why
bitch.
people they end up hating reporters. Is because like they ask the
Yeah,
most
because like
annoying.
you ask
Imagine being a
questions that
reporter and
like
they're just like, "Do you feel pressure?" But anyway, still come up with a better answer. Like, but his answer was just like he couldn't even speak. Really, he really is a
the
dummy.
other thing is too, like some of the YouTube videos, often I spend time perusing some of the players, prospective players that I have or want to have, and see some of their personality in like these non-football YouTube videos. And there's one of this guy, like shopping for a home, and
Jackson Dart.
it's not good. It's not good. I wasn't excited about it.
You didn't enjoy it. He's not like a
No,
guy. He's not going to be the face of your
I don't know.
franchise.
It was a little it was a little troubling, his attitude and like his sense of style, all of it. I don't know. We'll see, man. I don't know.
Like, so you're like worried about his maturity level, perhaps?
He looks kind of like a receiver who's playing quarterback. Like his
He
attitude.
acts it. Yeah, he does. Well, someone has like this, like I'll send it around, like the band, like the boy band. Like he's like the last. He add him to the Zach Wilson boy band. You
Right.
know,
Not
and
good.
that's a little concerning because it could be another all icing no cake situation. And now we really can't trust Dayball. I mean,
It's bad. We
if
can't
Dayball
trust
if
Leak
they're like
though.
0-5
Neek.
and the
Neek.
Colts are
Neek.
still good, they're gonna have to fire Dayball. It gets
Yeah.
really bad, like the Saquon thing followed by the Daniel Jones thing, and you're 0-5 or something like this,
Yeah.
and you see
Bye.
no promise. Like you got to think about it could be very close for him
You know
because
what else
these
has
things
shifted?
in
You know actually
conjunction
when
are
he got
so bad.
fired. You know when he got fired? When neighbors did not give him a pound in the huddle. Did you see that video? Like,
When they were like trying to make up, and neighbors like, "No, man."
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
moment he was fired, actually. So,
neighbors just
shout out to
he was
him.
like he said neighbors just did the job of not shitting on Russell Wilson before they made the change. When they were like, what's the problem?" And
Well, because
neighbors is
Russ
a
would just
diva.
chuck it up to him. He loved
He,
Russ. He
he
loved
was like, it's not the
Russ.
quarterback. He's like, same thing as last year. It's not the quarterback. What
That's what
else
he
is
said.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He just did that before they made the change, like on Sunday. He's like, it's
He's
not the
not
quarterback.
very smart, neighbors,
I
right?
mean, I can't
Like
fathom
dumb as rocks.
not
Huh?
figuring out how to get neighbors the ball for a whole half after that Cowboys game. I really think,
Especially
I'm not
when it's
trying to say, like,
directly
neighbors one of the best receivers I've ever seen.
Especially when it's
One,
directly correlated to your fantasy success. You can't see it. It doesn't make any sense to you. I get it. I get it. I get it. Single paradigm. A
single
single
paradigm.
paradigm for you. Just yourself. Shout out to Special
Listen,
Decisions.
I'm having a rough season, man.
Ah,
I'm having a rough season. It's
I
not
know.
you lose 2 wins by 5 points. Is Jared Goff? I look. It was one of those where I look at the score before I look at the fantasy. We're up in the
Mm.
middle of the night.
It's like, oh, maybe I won.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I was like
Painful.
38. I went to bed. It was 14-14. I was like 38-31. Oh,
Yes,
and
I
then
won.
he didn't do any. What happened? Like
Didn't
they
do
just
shit. He
running.
made a beautiful throw, man. Shout out to him on that throw
Jared
to Amon
Goff,
Ra
another
to
guy
seal
who
the
is
game.
the
Ooh.
man. JG.
You just gotta get him off his spot though. Like he can't move and do that shit. If
Yeah,
you get in
whatever.
his
I mean,
grill, it's a wrap.
he's like on an elite level now of like traditional pocket passer though. He's like
Yeah,
he's really good. He's just
he's good.
slinging. Everybody loves him, and the Lions are freaking so cool. They were asking on Amon Ra's podcast. They were asking David Montgomery because he's really like I think he scored the touchdown, and they were
He did.
like,
Yeah.
to go up 2 touchdowns, and they were like, you're not necessarily supposed to. Like, what would you have done if they had no timeouts? And he was like, I would have scored. He's like, he's like, I don't get the ball enough. I would have scored. They're like, what if Jared told you not to score? He'd be like, oh, I thought you said score. Like he was like, I'm scoring. He was like, no, I'm gonna score.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to like the
Uh,
Lions. That's
yeah.
why you rock with the Lions. They're not doing it. Nobody's going down at the one. This is not
Nope.
what we want. Score. And that's what
Mhm.
I always say. I have a friend, my friend here, who's one of those people who doesn't like the celebrations.
Oh,
Go back to the
why don't you
huddle. Like,
just say like you don't like that black people have freedom? Why don't you just say that? Why don't you just say you wish
just
slavery
walk
was
back. What do you
still?
call the fan? It's
Yeah,
1992. What
yeah.
do you call them?
Call the
But
mad
I'm just
dog.
like, how about maybe you do a job that's really, really hard, and most of the time it actually sucks. And then for this little bit of time, you do something cool. Why don't you celebrate that? I think
Yeah.
I
These
can't. I
guys are
just can't
just
get behind
jealous. What
this.
a horrible human. Shout out to that person. You suck. You're racist. You're a piece of garbage.
Wow! Oh my god! I can't tell him this.
No. Well, I think you should in a much more politically correct way tell him that his views are offensive to some people. That's what you should do.
It's offensive to some people. That's it.
You know, those people. Maybe you should
This is,
tell
what,
him that way so he
this is
understands.
how we can speak about Charlie Kirk. Perhaps, your
Perhaps.
views were offensive to some people. It's the nicest
Perhaps.
way I could put it. Put it nicely. Put it
Yeah.
gently.
Yeah.
And then you
Nice and
won't get.
gentle.
Then the FBI won't investigate you.
Maybe. Shout out to him, whoever that is. I'm sure
My
I met
friend or
that
Charlie
person too.
Kirk.
No, not to Charlie Kirk. Shout out to your friend. No shout out for Charlie Kirk.
Man, we did well today. This
Yeah,
was
man. Congrats to
this
you,
was
bud. Nice job.
we didn't cover that much of your actual agenda, but we still managed to talk about some good
We hit
football.
all the agenda, the whole agenda.
Okay, we hit
We got it.
the agenda, and we got more to give.
It's great. We got a solid week. Looking forward to Fish's retort to your retort next week. Stay tuned
No, it
for
was
it.
not really a retort. I mean, this is great. We really gave us something to work with, something to start the week with,
Fantastic.
and happened to be a story that has resonated with me for 2.5 decades. But we got to find
Amazing.
out about the put this in your pipe and smoke it. That's what I want to know. Did that go down, or did he
I
lightly
think
probably
that
push
might
it
be
down?
the
Maybe he
name of
told
the
his mom. Maybe Lazarus told his mom about it.
I think that's the
He's
name of the
like, I wanted
podcast.
to
I hate to
tell
say
him
it.
to put this in the pipe and smoke it, but I couldn't do it.
Shout out to Lazarus.
Uh,
Shout out to Lazarus'
Shout out,
mom.
great guy,
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Chevy.
Have
Hey,
a good one.
that's the real.
Great work. Yeah. Peace.
You too.